I just want to say how ridiculous the people primates are for suing a woman for terminating her fetuses. Like religious people doing this. It's with everything going on in the world, including things really bad because of the history of their religions or denominations in regards to, the major cause of climate catastrophe, of ecological collapses, which is the overpopulation of their species, these religious people that still refuse to train themselves and learn human thinking tools. It's just I'm listening to this guy still have a think on YouTube. And he also, it seems, doesn't allow ads, except that he's very successful on Patreon. But he also has, he doesn't live as a minimalist, uh, which might account for him talking in a way that is incongruent, right? Because he's a nice guy. He's got a nice accent. He's articulate. He's got a nice haircut. And but what he talks about, like, he doesn't show the severity of his words in his nonverbal communication, in his emotional state. So, of course, it would help if he was a minimalist, let's say, and doesn't have access to a refrigerator like me, or doesn't have a toaster, doesn't have a functioning toilet of his own. Like, he should try that. And maybe that when he delivers his videos, which might not be of that same quality if he doesn't have all the resources that he has now, but hopefully it would have kind of the right congruence of his words. And he's great at explaining stuff, and he's very accurate, and he sometimes, puts the responsibility on politicians as if, like, I don't know how dumb you people are with thinking the solution is with the politicians instead of yourselves in how you decide to live your lives and either pursue more wealth or more money or assets or playfulness in ways that don't need so much stuff, right? I mean, you can just go for a hike with a dog and your neighbor and their dog and bring a ball or a stick, and that's it. You can have an incredibly wonderful time without needing all that stuff or going on a plane or all this stuff. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to take you seriously as a species. I just wanted to say that. This guy, Have a Think, I mean, he creates decent videos, and I watch them. I mean, but on Patreon, I'm like asked, I have 0 people giving me $3 a month on Patreon. Now, of course, if somebody shows up and gives me $3 a month, it'll blow my mind. Of course, the quality of my videos would increase, right? I'd like make more efforts to write a script, to follow it, to have, visuals. But I mean, he says, aside from thanking his Patreon supporters, this guy with Have a Think, I think it's called, he says also, if you want to promote the algorithms on YouTube so that, what my message is spreads more. I know you don't want to spread my message, or you need me to brainwash you to do it. Because as you may have realized in close to 1,000 videos, I've never asked you to please subscribe, which is like, please connect to reality. I've never asked you to please like, which means like, please show a sign that you may have listened to the entire video. Or notifications, as if you understand my own messages. So, I mean, would it make a difference if I made better videos? I mean, it would make a difference if I had a few Patreon supporters, because like Greta says, it's kind of hard to have hope for the future when, the reality of the future that I'll live in will be very different than the reality of the future that you think is coming.